just left the border in and we're headed to Gandy, Utah.
Our next stop is Crystal Ball Cave, a cave on BLM property but operated by the Bates family. The Bates family ranch is 29 miles north of Highway 6 and 50.
It is very accessible from a lot of OHV areas that Millard County has, but it is also a place that you can get to in your family car.
Granddaughter Kiersten Allred is our guide and leads us up the quarter-mile hike to the entrance.
The cave was found in 1956 by my great-great-uncle George Sims. They were looking for some sheep that had gone missing from the ranch, so came up on the mountain figuring you can see really far off into the valley, or they could be hiding up here, and instead he found a cave, and who knows what happened to the sheep. All right, we'll get everybody in and then we'll lock it. Okay, so this front room, like I said, is the biggest room of the cave. So when they got into here, they thought this was it and they were already amazed. Well, then it just keeps on going. We've had a lot of geologists and oceanologists come through here. We've been told in certain sections of the cave we can easily have 2 to 5 feet thick of crystal. So your floors, ceilings, and walls, that's all surrounded by calcite crystal. So if I put my light right up here, you'll see how well that glows. So that kind of shows you how thick it can be as well.
Crystal Ball Cave is a natural limestone cave. It's almost like walking through a giant geode with crystal features all around.
So at one point, this entire mountain was underwater. Lake Bonneville filled the entire cave. And then the remnants of that is the Great Salt Lake. So as the water was in the cave, that's where we get our cave coral that's kind of down on the bottom. The reason it looks similar to coral that you see in the ocean is actually because it's created the same way. So the oceanologists have told us that it takes a teeny little living organism to create cave coral, or coral just in general, and the only difference with ours is that it's calcified, so it's going to be a little bit heavier. Now this stalagmite right here is going to be your second largest one. This one we call our Wizarding Tower, or it's more commonly known as our Leaning Tower of Pisa. So the reason this one is so big, if you look at the ceiling, our stalactites, they are small. So that means that the water drips really fast from the ceiling. So all of the calcium, all that mineral that's in the water, it's mainly hitting the floor. Very little, if any, is staying on the ceiling. If you have a stalactite that's pretty long, like these guys here, and then the stalagmite is quite small, that means that it drips slow, so most of the minerals staying on the ceiling, very little is going to hit the floor. So that's kind of how you get your differences in sizes between your stalactites and your stalagmites. When they first found the cave, Grandpa said they called this stalagmite that we're looking at the 7-layer wedding cake. Well, us grandkids did not like that name, so we changed it to the giant cupcake, and that's what I've always called it.
The family has explored the entire cave, often letting children and grandchildren outfitted with a flashlight explore some of the tighter nooks and crannies. The family had a mining stake on the property, but now are just stewards of the cave. They offer free cave tours, but they do accept donations.
Okay, so this wall is where they say could easily be up to the 5 feet thick. This one, it glows very well.
You know, this cave is comprised mostly of calcite crystal, and it's amazing to see the different formation the cave is full of, like these crystal boulders. They look like a sleeping stegosaurus dinosaur. These spiky balls is how the Crystal Cave got its name.
These boulders right here are kind of like a reverse geode. So they actually have the rock, that limestone on the inside, and the crystal is growing out. These ones that are spiky, they are called dogtooth spar crystal. And we will have some others that are more rounded like a turtle shell. Those ones are the nailhead spar. So how we've been told that they are formed is heat, pressure, and water. We actually did not know what these were for a long time. We found out what they were in the early 2000s. They are called cave cones or raft cones. So we know of 7 clusters of these in the world. 3 in the United States, 2 in this mountain. So that shows you how rare they are as is. One of ours is different than all the others. For some reason it's hollow and we have no idea why. So all the other ones, it's just tapping on a rock. Doesn't do anything. Two different tones. That first note that I hit, we brought a tuner in here. It is A flat. And so sometimes that's a little touchy subject for some people because Grandpa said, okay, I can remember that one. Because when you drive around the desert long enough, someone's bound to get A flat.
The Crystal Ball Cave is unlike most cave tours in that there's no paved path to follow. Just a small dirt path, and at times we're ducking and crawling just to get through.
There you go. And most people like that it is family run. It's the family found it and the family continues to run it. And so you get more of an experience versus a guided cave tour. So we do call it our crystal throne. That's what they all look like on the inside, so that gives you a pretty good image. It's a nice little chair.
Is your name Cersei?
Crystal Ball Cave is home to a few Thompson long-eared bats, and there's even evidence of other ancient animals like this fossilized hoof that the family found. They've been told it's an ancient horse hoof.
The hoof is there, and then they found the 2 ankle bones, and they are the one thing that is fossilized still in the cave as far as we know.
Crystal Ball Cave is worth the visit, and I guarantee you, your kids are gonna love it.
So in order to schedule a tour, you can either contact us on our Facebook, whether it's Bates Family Ranch or Crystal Ball Cave. You can call our phone number, which is 801-787-6675. Or you can also email us at batesfamilyranch.com. And we've taken anywhere from infant, my dad's taken somebody that was 96. It depends on your physical ability, your level, and whether you really want to get through.
Woo, that was cool.